Hello, I'm Alina, and this is Sense of Scents, where I describe fragrances for you in all five senses so you get a better feel and vibe for them. And I have for you today by LATTAFA Ajwad. And I have got to show you this box because I think it is one of the prettiest presentations from LATTAFA. And this is the back of the insert, and the bottle is also stunning. Authentication sticker. If you want to make sure that you're buying an authentic LATTAFA, they have a hologram sticker on all of their products. So this pulls out like this. And let me show you this bottle because I think it's pretty cool. Look at this. The colors on this. It is gold, and this has a wooden cap. It is real wood. It's pretty light. It doesn't stick too tightly on top, so you can't pick it up. But the presentation, I think, on this one for the price is worth it just for display purposes, even if you don't like the scent. If you're a collector, I think this is well worth it. So, having gotten that out of the way, let me give you the breakdown for it in all five senses, and also what I touched upon in the beginning with all Middle Eastern fragrances. Does it have a Middle Eastern vibe to it? Meaning, is it oud-centric or spice-centric? In this case, it was a little bit tricky. I don't get any oud and I don't get any spice, but there is something Middle Eastern about it. So there's something to it. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it is reminiscent of other Middle Eastern fragrances that I have in my collection. And I did 5 sprays on this, originally in 43-degree weather when I wrote this up. And I've worn this in the summer, I've worn this in the winter. And I personally think that for the time niche, this works best for fall, winter, and daytime. If you're going to wear this in the summertime, I think it works best at night. For the dry down, it took about an hour on skin to evolve from the top notes to the bottom notes. The projection on this is a 9 out of 10. It will keep everybody awake at a PTA meeting for sure. It will fill up a room and leave a really nice trail behind. And for longevity, 8+ hours. So I would give it a 9 to 10 out of 10 score on that as well. On the test strip, when I tested it, because I usually spray on skin and not on clothes. So on the test strip, it is a good indicator of what you're going to get on your clothes if you spray it. I got floral and cedar forward finish on that, which is a little bit different than what you're going to get on skin, so be aware of that as well. For the taste, this I got a fruit cup mixed with ashta or kishta made with rose water, not with orange blossom, and also malabi rose water. Rose petal jelly, if you've ever had that. This is some exotic stuff. Seek it out, try it. If you have a grocery store where you can buy something that's not too expensive, just to get a flavor profile of something that smells like this, try it out. And so rose petal jelly is something that's out there. And it also reminded me of a papaya strawberry smoothie, but mixed with like Drillo rose liqueur, which is kind of like an exotic frozen margarita, if you will. For the sound, I got the Go-Go's, We Got the Beat, and is it Luis Fonsi, Despacito. It has that upbeat, kind of a punchy rhythm vibe to it. And also Clean Bandit, Baby, that song, and Everything But the Girl, Missing. If you've heard that one, and if you haven't, look it up, and you'll get a good vibe for what this one feels like. And also Avicii, his song Last Dance. I got that kind of a vibe to it. For the sight aspect of this is kind of like those shuffle dance videos that you see, or a handheld firecracker sparkler type of a feel to it. A laser light show at a club or a rave, that kind of a feel to it as well. Also, as far as paintings go, it reminded me of Romero Brito's From Me painting. And also Swatch watches, when they first came out way back in the 80s, they had neon colors, which also reminds me of neon colored clothes of the 80s. So it has that kind of a loudness to it. The rainbow puffy stickers, those kind of colors and a sheen and shine and brightness to it. And a bowl full of Jolly Ranchers. So very punchy, very bright, very colorful, just like it smells like the bottle looks, basically. And for touch, I got a handful of popcorn kernels, that kind of a feel to it where it's kind of soft, but it also has a little bit of edgy little pieces to it and some hard ones that haven't quite popped yet. It's a mixture of all of those. And also if you've ever run your hand over the ball tips of a hairbrush, that kind, the bristles on the hairbrush, the ones that are covered with the little pink little balls on them. It's kind of smooth, but at the same time, it has an edginess to it and has something that's almost rough, but smoothed out at the same time. And Nerd's candy on the tongue, so that kind of a feel to it. So overall, this is a very punchy, there's no other word to describe it. It's a punchy fragrance. This is not by any means a safe blind buy. Having said that, when I got it, it was about $25. So if you have $25 to spend on it, and if you don't like it, you're not going to cry over it, go for it. But as far as being mass appealing, definitely not. There, something about it, to me, makes it very polarizing. And in my opinion, I think what it is there's a papaya-like stank to it. There's no other word for it. If you grew up eating papaya, you're going to love it. If this is not a familiar taste to you, it is hell if you smell it and heaven if you love it and you've tasted it and you've grown up with it. But it is a very pungent scent. There's no other way to describe what papaya smells like to those that have not grown up eating it and it's not in your diet regularly. And I think that this is the part of this fragrance that makes it polarizing, and people either love it or they hate it. So be aware of that if you're going to purchase this one, because it's very tempting, I think, because of its popularity, also because of the presentation. So it is a bright fragrance, but by no means is it light. Just keep that in mind. It's definitely not a safe blind buy, but again, if you have it, give me some feedback in the comments section to give others also an experience from your personal take on it, not just mine. I, for one, did not grow up eating papaya, so to me, this is a fragrance note that stands out in this one, all the way from the top to the very end. I, however, don't mind smelling it because I enjoy new experiences and something that I'm not necessarily familiar with on an everyday basis, like vanillas, for example. So if you've tried this and you have formed an opinion on it, please share it with the rest of us. I would love to have some feedback, and I always enjoy reading your comments. In the meantime, I want to thank you for joining me for this video, and if you liked it, please hit the like button, and please hit the subscribe button while you're at it. It helps support the channel, and I always appreciate that. And until next time, take care of yourselves. All love and peace, and be well.